I'm not a big fan of high drama at weddings. You know, where there's lots of tears and theatrics. Weddings is supposed to be about love and joy. Today's wedding was about drama, but it was all part of the bride's plan here at the Valencia Ballroom. Coming right up on Dream Weddings. I'm Martine Cajas, the host of Dream Weddings, and I also run the House of Clarendon, a source for European-style wedding cakes. I love weddings. I especially love how every wedding is unique and tells the story of a couple's relationship. It's wonderful to be part of it all. Danielle and Timothy, welcome to Dream Weddings.
Thank you.
We have 10 days till your wedding.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
We're managing just fine.
Let's talk about your love story, how you guys met.
We are the class of 99 out of York County Technical School now. And we met in school. We had a mutual friend. I met Tim through him. We continued our bond until we graduated. And then we both kind of went our separate ways.
So you knew each other since you were 16, but you were not dating?
No, we were not dating. No, we were just really good friends.
After high school, Danielle went on to college here in New York, and I left for the service. Years later, a wonderful thing called Facebook was invented, and Danielle finally joined, and she says I was one of the first couple people she tried to find.
Yeah, he was the third person that I made friends with on Facebook, so.
So you requested?
I requested him to be my friend, and he responded within seconds, minutes, and shot me his phone number, and I got my courage up, and I was like, okay, I can call him. And I picked up the phone, and I called him, and we talked for probably about 2 hours that night on the phone, and decided that we need to get together and meet each other.
So how did you feel, you know, after 10 years, obviously, on your first date?
The whole entire time we were talking, it just felt like this aura of pixie dust is the only way to describe it. Just fell upon us, and through every date that we had, it just was magical. We've had the best dates I've ever known any couple to have.
Pixie dust, that sounds like a description from a movie. When we come back, we'll learn how Danielle and Tim plan to bring the drama alive for their guests. Talk to me about your dream wedding.
Well, my dream wedding originally began as an outside wedding, but Tim said it's July. Do we really want to put everybody through all that heat? We looked around at a few places and we chose the Valencia, and it just really has like an outdoor in-feel to me.
As soon as I walked in, I immediately started, poking her like, this is the place.
I love it. I love the mysteriousness of it and just all the history that comes with the building. It makes me just want to bring it to life.
Let's talk about the decorations.
Very dark. It's black and white wedding, so the tablecloths will be black and the chairs are black with a white satin ribbon. The dance floor will change into a garden. Right before the bar area is being turned into like a park area with some park benches and some park lights and some trees.
Have you read the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil?
Now, I've actually never read the book, but they did a movie about it, and I do recall, and that has stuck in my head throughout the years, so you could say that that's a little bit of the theme that I'm going with.
This is an inspiration?
Yes, that's just the feel that Tim and I get. We're very dramatic people, so we wanted to go with a very dramatic wedding and kind of put on a show for our guests. We kind of wanted to give that mystery to it, like, what's gonna happen next?
So let's talk about this space. It's huge in here.
Right here is gonna be my garden area.
So from here, we're gonna be heading to the cocktail hour.
Yes.
And where's the cocktail gonna be?
Cocktail hour is going to be up on the beautiful balcony. This is where our guests will come up. There'll be some tables set up so they can come up, get their drinks, go sit down. There's going to be some hors d'oeuvres here in the middle. There's also butler hors d'oeuvres that are going to be being served to people as well. The Valencia's hired some extra help for the day. They're going to be removing the seating for the wedding, setting up the tables while the wedding party's out getting pictures and our guests are up here having their cocktail hour.
Matt Ham, the executive chef for the Outland House, told us what we could expect for the food. Matt, what's on the menu for Danielle and Tim's wedding?
Well, they're going to start upstairs on the mezzanine with some butler hors d'oeuvres, fruit and cheese, berry display, crab dip.
So what are the entrees?
They're going to start with a tall salad, And they're gonna have an intermezzo of orange sorbet. Then there's 2 entrees to choose from: a broiled lobster tail with a pan-seared chicken breast, and a slow-roasted prime rib with a Maryland-style crab cake. Both paired with oven-roasted red-skinned potatoes and a summer medley of veg.
What we tasted at the open house was delicious, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I love how you're gonna have the intermezzo in there because actually it's cleans
Yep,
palate.
cleanse the palate.
Which is really cool, so that way you can taste all your delicious food for that day. What about desserts?
Dessert, they're gonna have a wedding cake done by the Valencia, and also a mini sweets display.
Danielle and Tim really worked together in planning their wedding.
I have a white binder that's been Command Central. Everything's in there from the day we started planning the wedding. Even things that are still in there that we decided that was a no is still in there. So it's like a scrapbook of all the wedding planning. And Tim calls it Command Central because everybody's phone number's on it and anybody that's ever involved.
Email addresses, web pages, just
It's like your wedding Bible.
Yeah, yes, exactly,
yes.
the wedding Bible.
Who's in charge of what?
Well, I go out and I find the idea and I do the research on who can help us do what. And Tim makes all the phone calls and sets the appointments up and everything like that. So he's been very, very involved in the wedding from day one.
I've tried anyways, as much as she'll let me.
Because I don't always do the best talking to people on the phone, so. And he's the salesman, so he's got the salesman voice. I'm the screener and he's the closer. I do like all the auditions and he seals the deal.
What is the most important thing for you?
The important thing to us is that our guests have just as good a time as we're going to have at our own wedding. The day is really about making them as well as us happy.
What a great attitude. When we come back, we'll learn more about the Valencia and look at some of the challenges that Danielle and Tim faced while creating their dream wedding. The Valencia Ballroom is a magnificent old theater with a long history in New York. We spoke with owner Ben Hauk to learn more about it. Tell me about this beautiful historic venue.
Well, we're so glad Danielle and Tim decided to choose the Valencia Ballroom for their event. The Valencia is steeped with history, just like York is. It's 100 years old. It was built in 1912. It has a spring-loaded dance floor that's built with springs, 1.5 feet high, that goes throughout the whole dance floor. It was built originally as the Coliseum. It was built as a produce refrigerator. Eventually, they decided to renovate the whole building and make it a ballroom. It became one of the most popular spots on the eastern seaboard for big bands. So throughout the 30s, some of the best acts in the area came through here. Benny Goodman, the K. Kaiser Orchestra. In 1941, there was 1,000 people here dancing for the K. Kaiser Orchestra. And it was quite a scene. After the big band era, rock and roll and Elvis Presley started taking over, so the Valencia Ballroom really did see its demise. And throughout the 70s, it was actually a church. It really does tie in for a nice place to have a wedding, being that it was a church, it was a theater, it was a very popular place. The Valencia Ballroom also is the first air-conditioned ballroom in the United States.
Well, I'm glad because it's 106 degrees outside, so.
They picked a great venue with a great air conditioning system.
Danielle and Tim had some great ideas about their wedding. Felicia from BC Events met with us to share some thoughts about what she could bring. So what are you going to do for them?
Oh, it's absolutely a gorgeous facility, and she wants a sort of a mysterious, mystique, garden setting. And so, it's going to be beautiful with the side panels that they have here at the Valencia, all the paintings. The colors are right. You have greens and some of your florals in here.
You're going to be using this?
This is the type of fabric. This is an organza, and I just brought the gold because I happen to have that on hand, but it's got that sheen to it.
Do you have that in silver, Felicia?
Yep, I can get that in silver. And it's going to look nice if you want to do the blues and the purples and like that with the lighting and so on.
Now that's the fabric that's going to be hanging here?
Right.
Okay.
Nice thing about using silver is that it's similar to white. You can change the mood with the lighting that we have up underneath it.
The reception is going to be a different theme?
I don't know that we've themed the reception. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to get announced, though. How we're going to make our big grand entrance. I came up with the idea of having the wedding party announced from there, and then having us come in the back doors with the spotlights on us.
So you're teasing your guest.
Yeah. All the guests will be looking that way for the wedding party, and then the spotlights will shine on us, and they'll know to turn around, and that's what we'll be.
It is nice. I like that.
I like that. Felicia's ideas for using the fabric to create a focal point were great. And she was also able to bring some park benches and lanterns to create the park feel Danielle wanted near the bar. But this is a huge space. I really felt that if we were going to get the midnight in the garden feel and the wow factor that Danielle was looking for, we were gonna need some more help. I called Stoffers of Kissel and they helped us create Danielle's garden by bringing in a truckload of trees, shrubs, and flowers.
Dwayne, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You brought so many plants in here. How many plants?
Well over, I would say, 100. We have everything from crepe myrtle to ficus trees, schefflera, black-eyed Susans, fuchsias, hydrangeas.
Roses. What we're gonna do today is obviously we're gonna design the garden. I'm so excited about this because this is what I love to do. Okay, so how many people do we have in the team in here?
We have 3 others to help today.
Danielle and Tim get a peek at their garden when they arrive for their rehearsal dinner. This is the first time on Dream Weddings that we have created a garden. And Stoffers of Kissel did this just for you.
This is so cool. What is this?
Them bamboo trees.
Oh my gosh.
This is your drama.
Yes.
I wanted to bring drama into the aisle. Is that okay?
Very
It's
okay.
more than okay.
And then we have your arch.
Oh my gosh.
You got your garden.
Oh my gosh. This is so beautiful.
But we weren't done with the surprises yet. We called Ron Duzak, owner of Events Done Bright, and he brought the wow to this wedding. Ron, thank you so much for meeting us tonight here at the Valencia. I really need your help.
Well, thanks for having me, Martine, and I look forward to fulfilling that help.
We have the garden in there, so we wanted to make it as natural as possible. Can you help me with some lighting in there?
You had mentioned a midnight setting, so we
Yes.
already have a little surprise, like just we'd like to create a little bit of an effect on the ceiling for them. We're gonna project some images of kind of like a sky and clouds, as well as some moving stars.
For the bride and groom entrance, you have something special. Can you tell me?
As the DJ says, now introducing for the first time, we're gonna dim the room down as dark as we can make it. The drapes will open just a little bit, but there'll be a white drape behind it where we'll just throw on some really bright white lights, so just a silhouette of the bride and groom are standing there behind the drape for the crowd to see. Now, at that point, as soon as he says their name, we'll slowly open the drapes, and that's gonna be the moment they come out, and to me, that's gonna speak memorable.
We practiced to make sure that it worked, and wow, talk about drama. After the break, it's time for Danielle and Tim's dream wedding. And just wait till you see how it all comes together for their midnight in the garden. Danielle and her bridesmaids got ready at Brandy Wiley's salon, where she did everyone's hair, and Morgan Adcock did everyone's makeup. Premier One's party bus brought the girls to the Valencia to get dressed. Doug, this is crazy in here. It's like a nightclub inside a bus.
This was created for us about 2 years ago. We bought this bus, put it in the system. It's been one of the biggest hit for bridal parties and that type of scenario already.
How many people can you sit in here?
This one seats about 30 people.
Okay, well, tell me all the accessories that this has.
This one does have direct television, has 52-inch TV across the back, 5 TVs all the way around, has satellite radio. It does have a bathroom on board too, as well as a bar.
I want to live here.
We've heard that a lot.
I would love this to be my crib. What other vehicles do you have?
Oh, we have a full line limousines, all the way down from 2-passenger Lincoln Town cars, all the way up to the big one that you're in now, the 30 passengers. So we can do anything from the Hummers all the way into the pink limousines, as well as the traditional stuff.
So who chose this particular bus? Tim or
I believe it was a group decision between the two of them. They needed something large to move their party.
Yeah, they have a large party.
And this is really the only one like this in the whole area.
Well, this is a lot of fun, and I'm glad they make this decision because I want to come here and party with them now. It is 97 degrees here. It is extremely hot, and with a heat index, it's 108. Good call, Danielle. Thank goodness for choosing the Valencia. Let's go in the room where it's air conditioning in the beautiful garden. The Valencia Ballroom really was transformed into a midnight garden. Events done right created a magical night sky and all the drama Danielle was looking for. We asked Danielle if she wanted a sneak peek at her garden setting before the ceremony. On a count of 3, we're gonna open your eyes and dream weddings brought your garden here at the Valencia. Are you ready? Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It looks really different in here.
Very different. Remember, we started with 2 ficus.
Yes.
Now we have hundreds of plants in there.
Oh my God.
Are you ready to walk in your garden? Okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
And it's gonna be more drama because when you walk down the aisle, there's gonna be a spotlight right in front of you. Okay, and everything is gonna get dark as soon as you walk in. And it's gonna get dark, getting darker and darker and darker till here. And then the lights are gonna come up again. And then the candles will be lit by that time as well. And I told you we were gonna do a little romance in here with candles. So we have bird cages in there to bring the garden theme again. And then here it is.
Wow. I never imagined that it would be this beautiful for my day.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you, Martine.
Okay, let's go and get ready now.
Okay.
And with everything ready, it was time for the ceremony. Danielle and Tim's guests got their red carpet treatment. They even used a ticket booth and had great helpers handing out their favors and programs. The Valencia spotlight added to the dramatic feel, and all eyes were on Danielle as she made her entrance. While the guests enjoyed cocktails, the bridal party traveled in the party bus all over Europe for their pictures with Mark King. Mark, you spent the whole entire day photographing Danielle and Tim.
Oh, it was wonderful. Even with the heat, I took them over to the downtown York, right there at the square, and did some awesome shots there. And then we took them down the railroad tracks, on the bridge, and right around downtown York. It was actually great. It wasn't bad at all, even considering the weather.
You did engagement pictures too, right?
Yes, and we did them right downtown York too. We kept it right with the setting of the wedding.
And I'm glad you did it because you kept them local. They're from York. Everything.
It's something that holds, close to their hearts, for many years to come.
In a record time, the Valencia staff and the guys from Events Done Right transformed the Midnight Garden into a nightclub. Mark Vickery from Blooms by Vickery went over the top with the crystal trees and the white rose blossoms everywhere. When it was all set, the guests were invited back downstairs to find their seats, just in time for the bridal party's grand entrance. Danielle and Tim's entrance was the most dramatic I've ever seen. The bride and groom were beaming throughout their first dance. As promised, the food from Oakland House was just over-the-top elegant. After dinner, Danielle changed into a silver party dress to match her bridesmaids. Chris Pyle from Soundwave Entertainment was the DJ. I asked him about the music selection.
Danielle and Tim picked a lot of really good 80s, 90s dance songs, and I kind of let them give me direction as to what they want for their reception, and they picked the songs that they want played. They have a lot of really good songs picked out tonight, and I think they're going to have a really good time.
And he was right. Everyone had a great time.
What a day! Were you surprised with everything?
Yes, everything was so marvelous. It was 10 times more than we ever imagined.
It was amazing.
Really was, really was.
Did you have your dream wedding?
Yes, we had
Definitely
had our dream wedding.
What was your favorite part of the whole wedding?
My favorite part of the whole, other than Tim, of course, was walking through my garden. My garden was incredibly beautiful. The lighting, the plants, the flowers, the fabric, the whole atmosphere was just wonderful.
Good.
I really loved it.
I remember you guys reconnected through Facebook. Remember?
Yes, we did.
So what are we gonna do now?
We're gonna change our Facebook status from engaged to married.
Right now?
Right now.
Let's do it.
Now it's official.
Now it's official.
I turn off the alarm as I wake up, put my clothes on and I take a step outside. Just a day in the life. Take a little walk to a friend's place, open up the door to my own face. Who am I? Just a day in the life. And if I knew just what was waiting for me, if I knew that I might be inside of someone else's mind, you never know. That I might be living someone else's life, you never know.
Now that kind of drama belongs at a wedding. Thank you, Danielle and Tim, for sharing your dream wedding with us. And a big, big thank you to staffers of Kissel Hill and Events Done Bright for the amazing transformation at the Valencia Ballroom. Thank you to all the Central Pennsylvania professionals who helped make this dream wedding a reality. See you next time on Dream Weddings. Have you read the book Midnight? What is it, Midnight in the Garden? So you read the movie. Have you read the book Midnight?
Garden of Good Meat.
Yeah, that one. But it was all planned by the brides. Today's wedding was about drama, but pixie dust. That sounds like a description from a movie. When we come back, we'll find out how Danielle and Tim plan to bring the pixie dust against Kissel Hill.
Kissel Hill.
Kissel.
Kissel Hill.
Kissel Hill.
Kissel Hill.
Kissel Hill.
Staffers of Kissel Hill.
Staffers of Kissel Hill. I called Staffers of Kissel Hill.